system thing.
And then a culture. Your culture has to be that you overreact when there's a comeback. You overreact by putting the sheet on there. You overreact by telling everybody, the manager, the shop foreman, everybody knows, we got a comeback for Christian. He has a comeback. What's going on with that comeback? It goes to the front of the line. Parts knows, get the part now. Like this isn't a 2-week, if come maybe, we'll put it on the stock. No, now, like now. Everything is now. And how you approach that and how important it is will determine what your culture is. If you don't overreact and it's not a 4-alarm fire, then they're going to keep happening.
That's right. It's got to be a big deal. Okay, I love that. So I approach this topic from the advisor standpoint. I love that you approached it from the technician standpoint. So
here's what I would like to say.
Yes.
You can't trust any of them.
Whether it's the tech or the advisor.
When it comes to comebacks, you can't.
Everyone's got to be involved and everyone's responsible for it. So what you just described is exactly how I start off every comeback is, I don't know if you've ever heard me say this before, a gold nugget of crap. Now you think back.
It's some hillbilly stuff.
Totally. But you think back to like your 5 or 6 most loyal customers. How many of those started off as like a shaky situation that you fixed? Like your best customers, don't they always come from crap?
For sure.
Always. So anytime you get a comeback, it's an opportunity to get that lifelong, go to your wedding kind of customer. And so if you approach your comebacks there first, then it's more important. I also have a belief that comebacks can almost, not 100%, but almost completely be fixed by the advisor. And I'm going to give you 2 reasons for that. One is I would say that roughly half of the comebacks that exist happen because of lazy or sloppy write-ups. We don't get good descriptions from the customers. We don't actually collect the information about what's going on. We say noise from rear of car. And then a technician's stuck trying to dissect what the heck noise from rear of car means, and they spend an hour and a half working on it. They get naturally and understandably frustrated, and then it leads them into just trying to throw a part on a car just to make somebody happy, which then becomes a comeback. So I think that the advisor plays an important role in minimizing comebacks for the shop. Now, a technician, if they diagnose an evap gross leak as a gas cap, but they never pressure tested the system, and then they find out that there was a canister leak, that's a comeback that's technician related. However, I would also say that a service advisor can help the technician and cover their back by doing a really good quality QC step. So the advisor still has a lot of responsibility in that. So approach it is when it does happen. If you do it right, it's more positive than negative. The second thing is that you have to own your responsibility in a comeback when you're writing up the ticket. And then if we did a really good job of quality control where we look over a car before we let a customer know that it's done, we make sure the little stuff, like most comebacks are little things. They're oil change stickers, they're maintenance reminders, they're fingerprints, the seat not being where it's supposed to be, the radio station not sounding the way it's supposed to sound. Like those little things are completely avoidable. So you get that off the list, and then the comeback that you have stands out a little bit more if it doesn't happen every day. To your point, murder line, all that other stuff. So I think about it as an advisor, your responsibility is to minimize the comebacks just as much as it is the technician's responsibility.
It's great.
So that's how I kind of thought about comebacks. But man, you gotta approach it as that's you're building a lifelong customer if you fix their problem.
Yeah, I would say one thing in closing too is like the way you approach this and what you accept is going to determine the outcome, right? So if you have an advisor can go get the tech in the shop, bring them up to the drive, and they can look at it in the drive without creating an RO, like
all that
without
stuff.
the red sheet, all that, it all matters. And I also would say that I've seen more times than not, when you start tracking comebacks and you start having real heart-to-heart conversations, that if you coach the technicians, they do get better. Like they can develop an attention to detail. They can get better, but only in an environment where it's important. Thanks so much for watching this clip of Service Driving Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.